Hello and welcome to another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. Today we are watching Game 3 from the Best of 3 series between Skyfans and WFZ for WLW. The map is at Secret Valley, and let's introduce our players. We have WFZ spawning in as the Red Undead in the lower left versus Skyfans spawning in as the Blue Human in the upper right corner of the map, going Archmage first this time. If you missed Game 2, click right up here. What a game. Game 2 was absolutely amazing. And if you didn't catch that, you really need to. That game was one of the best games I've seen this year. I highly recommend it. You should watch it. There's gonna be an extended annotation there just to make sure that if you just missed it, you just click it. Just click that annotation because you want to watch that game. It's an amazing game. So this is the game 3. It's for WLW, like I said. Again, I don't really know what WLW is, but it's Chinese, I think. That's about the best I can give you as far as details go. We do have a Scout Acolyte up here. Footman here, of course. Skyfans, not a huge fan, it looks like, from the games of Scout Footman. Of course, when you go Mountain King first, you really don't. You don't really want to do that as much. Go with Archmage, you can, no problem, but he didn't do it this game either, so that's fine. Here comes an Acolyte scouting in. Perfect timing, really, on this Acolyte scout. A lot of times you'll send your Acolyte up here, and there's just a Footman waiting there, and he just attacks you, and you take damage. It's pointless. But this was good timing, so not going to happen this time. And as you can see now, the Death Knight is running across the map with 4 charges of Rod of Necromancy level 1 Quill as well. And this is a Ted Fiend's build, so as you can see, getting backpack actually. So he's probably looking for some tier 1 aggression maybe. Actually, it's not really, that really isn't always true. With backpack, you can just do a lot of things. There's so many options with backpack, really, to be fair. Yeah, we can just see equilibrium damage on that Archmage, just doing as much damage as possible. Of course, when you can do that, your idea when you're coiling the Archmage is that, you know, you have mana that you can just throw a coil out and it'll start to regenerate again. By the time you actually need it, you know, for something important, it'll be back to full. And of course, if you can do enough damage to the Archmage, you can just throw a couple more coils on the Archmage. You can potentially get a kill, delay the expo by a large amount sometimes. Of course, this map does have 2 Fountain of Health, which of course in each corner of the map down here, the Archmage can just go sit at and heal up, no problem. But yeah, here's what we're going to see probably is a... I'm surprised that he didn't get the Ziggurat up already. I mean, you'll normally see Ziggurat and then the Fiend, but it looks like he wants to bring that Fiend out right now. He wants to start doing some damage. Probably going to see a very aggressive Fiend play. Probably only going to stay in the base long enough to buy a Rod of Necromancy, but we might not even see that. He does have 3 charges. It might just come directly over here. Whoops, hitting my desk. Sorry, I got a shock mount, but it's not the greatest. It's you know, it's about $25. It's a Samson SP U1. Yeah, so enough about that. Well, I guess the only point I was saying that was just because when I hit the desk, it's supposed to not do that, but you know it does. So sorry, but yeah, we do have, of course, that Archmage is going to go ahead and do a little bit of damage to that Death Knight right now. Not a huge amount, it's a little bit, just a couple hits. Gonna go for the skeleton minion right there as well. Gonna try to micro that skeleton away. There's Boots of Speed on that Archmage, so it's gonna go ahead and get that 12 experience. That's gonna be enough to give him level 2. And those footmen now, those 5 footmen, not gonna be a huge threat, but they're going to be enough to force the undead to have to run away. And he does actually have a full charge of Rod of Necromancy on that Fiend right there, and you can pass that to the Death Knight whenever he feels like it. It's probably best off of the Fiend, to be honest, because the problem with it being on the Fiend is that if the Fiend does die, which is, you know, very unlikely to happen, and he drops it, the human player picks it up, and then, you know, that's an ordeal. You have to go through, you gotta sign papers and stuff. It's not what you want. But anyway, so we do have the Fiend is just doing a little bit of harass, of course. So is the undead player. Gonna go ahead and wake up these creeps with that Acolyte. Really well done. Gonna go ahead and make the human player take a ton more damage in this creep fight. And as you can see, going to get another coil right onto that Archmage, doing as much damage to the Archmage as possible. And his goal here is just going to steal a creep right now, really nicely done with the coil. And of course, his goal here is just to try to keep this human player from doing too much. He's going to pick up a Talisman of Evasion on that Archmage, a really nice item. And the kind of the tables have been turned around a little bit here. Yeah, see, we almost saw that Fiend getting surrounded. If he gets surrounded, then he's going to drop that item. You don't want that. You really don't want that. So it's surprising he hasn't passed that item. Maybe he just forgot he bought it on there. I don't really know what happened, but healing up at that Fountain of Health down here with the Death Knight, and that Archmage going to go maybe to the other healing fountain. Not really sure. Maybe probably going to pick up a Staff of Teleportation right here, and then come over here and heal up. That's probably what we're going to see happen. Death Knight now going to come over here, trying to do some more harass on these peasants. As you can see, there's so many peasants. 2 on the Scout Tower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the main, and indeed there is a staff of teleportation right there. He's going to sell one item. I'm not sure what that item was, and looks like he's trying to pick something else up. Maybe no, just chilling out there, maybe just too busy microing other units. There's a lot of units that he's trying to micro right now. His peasants, those footmen down there, his archmage, all of that, plus his base. So he's kind of spread thin at the moment for APM, but hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. So yeah, what it is. I'm not sure why I'm saying that. Yeah, so anyway, we can see that the Rod of Necromancy has been finally passed over to the Death Knight. Going to see that tower being canceled by the Fiends. Of course, it's very powerful. We do have a Lich Out on the field as well. Still sitting at that shop. Was he going to buy something? No gold to buy something. He has backpack, so he doesn't really need to sit around and wait. Just going to maybe see another Acolyte or Peasant going down right there, summoning more skeleton charges. Going to see one of these Fiends has been surrounded. They don't have Burrow just yet. Are they upgrading Burrow? Not yet either. Of course, getting Burrow would be helpful in these sort of engagements when you get surrounded. Use Burrow. But all of these peasants have died except for this one. It's about to go down as well. And potentially we might even see this Arcing Tower being canceled. And if that happens, wow, that is a devastation from WFZ in this early game fight. I mean, WFZ just doing so much work. Yes, indeed. Oh, there's another peasant. I hadn't seen that one. But if you can kill that one, potentially two, maybe? Only? No, there's two now. Maybe there were more that I just didn't see. I don't know. But either way, still done so much damage right here. There were originally 8 peasants down here, I believe. And now there's 2. And 7 minutes into the game, the expansion still hasn't gone up. Crazy. So we do see, of course, a Nova on the Archmage. I don't really know if he should have done that. Personally, not to question WFZ. Of course, he's a very, very good undead. But normally in these sort of engagements, what you see is the Frost Novas on the Footmen. There's so many Footmen right now, and it feels like a waste to put them onto the Archmage, because you're not going to kill the Archmage, and he can heal at these healing fountains even during the day without a problem, and killing the Footmen is just a big deal if you can do that. Because again, as you can see, there are 3, 6, 8 Footmen right there in that fight. 8 Footmen, if you get a Nova, you can pretty much always kill at least 1 Footman with a Nova, even with Defend. And now with Defend, I mean, with only 3 Fiends, it's going to be forced to run away. If there is maybe 2 or 3 less Fiends, or I'm sorry, Footmen right now, you could probably take this fight, and that's part of why you don't see people normally Novaing the heroes. Normally you see them Novaing the Footmen, pick them down, and that gives you a little bit more map control. That gives you a little bit more experience. It does give you more experience, and you take less damage, which is all of those things, which is really good. But it does look like at this point Skyfans is going to be able to probably get this expansion up and running fairly simply. I mean, he's going to come. There are 2 statues over here. I mean, it's not 100% that it's going to go up. As you can see, WFC is currently here, and he is doing some damage with some skeletons and a Nova, and his Fiends just trying to do as much damage as possible. Probably going to have to TP out of this position. That Death Knight is not in a great spot, but we'll see. We'll see exactly what he decides to do. If he just entrenches himself further in here, going for all these towers, killing the 2 peasants and the towers, and then TPing out, that would be a really good move. I do think so. Burrow has been researched. There's not currently dust on that Archmage. Here comes the TP, killing those towers, killing the peasants. There are still 2 peasants alive, 3 in fact, but of course unburrowing that guy, the Fiend right there, just fine. No, just 2 actually. Just 2 peasants alive. Just really doing an insane amount of damage to this expansion, really making it expensive for Skyfans to get that expansion up. And as you can see, Skyfan has now just begun his keep tech, just now at 9 minutes in the game, and you can actually do Destro push at 9 minutes in the game. Not, of course, not if you're playing the way that's WFZ is now, but just to kind of give you a frame of reference, I don't know how many people watching actually remember the Destroyer pushes. They were very popular, and that was really the de facto way to play Undead versus even just a couple of years ago. In fact, of course, it didn't work out very well. Of course, we're going to see this tech has been canceled, the tier 3 tech for the Undead player. He does know he's probably going to lose some Acolytes here. Going to go ahead and build a couple of Spirit Towers, and he's going to go straight for this expansion. And this is something we're seeing a lot more commonly too in this matchup as well, where we're seeing the Undead player letting 2 or 3 Spirit Towers and an Nerubian Tower in their base, defending against defended Footmen, and the Archmage harass while they punish the expansion. And this play is very intensive. It's very hard to play, and not only is it hard to play, you have to time this perfectly, because if you mess up as the Undead player here, and if you lose your gold mine, you lose all your Acolytes, you lose your supply, that will be the game over. You will lose the game. And losing your gold mine, you may not lose the game for losing your gold mine, but if you get supply locked, you can't make more Acolytes, you're pretty much screwed. Of course, we do have those ghouls have been pulled as well as skeletons. We do have the Undead player coming back here, but you know what? I think he's going to maybe lose his gold mine right here, because the acolyte's going to go down, and he can't repair this now, and it looks like he's going to lose the gold mine. That's a really unfortunate development for him. One acolyte is currently still left, and you're going to see that TP coming in from the human player. Of course, it's much worse to lose your gold mine than for the human player to lose his expansion. While the human player has pumped a ton of resources and just lost all of them into this expansion right here, losing the gold. He does have, of course, I'm just trying to speak, yes, I'm getting my words all mixed up. He does have a main still running, which is still running at full efficiency, at least for gold, and now the undead player has nothing, and there are still 2 defended footmen over here, so I mean, this is quite an interesting situation to be in. He's going to go ahead and unsummon a Ziggurat. Might as well do that. He does have up to, let's look at his gold, 287 gold right there, 37 out of 40 food. Unsummon a Ziggurat. He can't actually make anything. He needed the money to go ahead and rebuild the haunted gold mine, and so there you go. That's not a really, this is a terrible spot for WFZ to be in, and now these acolytes are in super trouble, because if he loses an acolyte, if he loses both of those acolytes, he cannot remake them until he goes under 30 food, and he's at 37, so you don't want that situation to happen. This game is also really just going crazy so far, using these ghouls. He doesn't really need them on wood right now, does he? No, he needs to be just having the strongest army possible. Of course, those 2 statues are a big deal in this game right now, and we can see the level 2 Lich, level 3 Death Knight coming down here, trying to force the Archmage to die, but of course he's going to staff out. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. So we can see that footman coming in here to harass this gold mine and these acolytes are in trouble. I mean, how long can WFZ go if he loses his acolytes? Probably not very long. I mean, okay, seeing the human player going to run those footmen out, and of course here come these heroes and perhaps some ghouls and a statue. Gonna leave his fiends and a statue over here. The Archmage gonna have to come over here and try to deal with this. I don't think the Archmage at level 3 can deal with 5 fiends and a statue. I mean, maybe he could kill the statue, but that would be a really good thing to do. Killing the statue would be really good, but I don't think he could kill the fiends. But yeah, actually killing the statue, pretty good spot, pretty good idea. And that's gonna hurt WFC quite a lot, because he can't remake that statue for some time now. As you can see, is really low on gold. I mean, at this point, he has to rebuild 3 more acolytes and a Ziggurat, and then he can build another statue, and that's going to take some time. Of course, he does have still 1 statue up with 600 mana. That's really good to have 600 mana statue, but if we see some casters coming in, then it's going to be game over. Here's an Arcane Sanctum. Here's an Arcane Vault. 2 Arcane Sanctums have gone up. I mean, slow coming in. Slow is going to prevent micro. Here's the Mountain King. I mean, this is going to be really hard for WFZ to win. He's really far behind right now, and just because he lost that gold mine, if he hadn't lost that gold mine, he would be in a really good spot, potentially probably winning the game, and he would be on his way to tier 3, having destroyers coming out very shortly, and he'd probably win the game very easily. So I mean, what a play by Skyfans to take that out. That Archmage is in a lot of trouble. Is he going to go down? The Archmage does go down. Level 4 has been picked up now by the Death Knight, and you can see that statue taking a lot of focus fire just from those 3 footmen that are on defend, as well as that water elemental. He does not want to lose this statue. That's his only statue. He needs to keep that alive. Really, it's very important. Of course, slow being cast on the Death Knight, probably not the best choice. Honestly, it doesn't last very long on the Death Knight. He wasn't going to kill the Death Knight. Now that Sorceress will go down. There's a Burrow Fiended right there. Going to go ahead and immediately be cast Dust. Really nice, but that is his last charge of Dust. And now we can see once again another hit coming onto that statue from the Water Elemental. And these footmen are just quite powerful at this point. Of course, we're not seeing any Frost Armors. I don't know if the Lich went for Dark Ritual or Frost Armor in this game, but he would definitely be benefiting quite a lot right now from Frost Armor if he had it. But he doesn't. There's 2 Spellbreakers out on the map. And yeah, I mean, this is a level 1 Mountain King. Gonna go ahead and attack this ghoul with a bolt. I'm sorry, this fiend. Gonna lose the fiend, going for the coil, just not quite fast enough. Now would be a good time to uproot this guy and move him the heck out of there, but maybe a little bit too late right there. As you can see now, the Mountain King, if the Mountain King gets a hold of that fiend, he's in trouble. He needs to run his DK maybe back up here to get a aura so that the fiend can move faster, but ultimately that fiend looks like he's in a bit of trouble. He's going to go ahead and actually, if the human player stops chasing him, he's going to live, yeah. And he can just really burrow wherever he wants to if he really wanted to. Be sure that the human army, the undead army is right over here, so he's probably just going to join up, and that's what he's going to do. We can see, yes, indeed, the 5 acolytes have been rebuilt. WFZ playing really solidly right now. 28 out of 30 food, so able to rebuild some acolytes. Not a big deal, really, to lose those units. I mean, he didn't want to lose units, of course, but in the situation, it kind of gave him more gold because it allowed him to build more acolytes before he had to wait for those Zingrats to finish, and That's not a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing. I mean, he lost a lot of resources, and he fed some experience to the Mountain King. You don't really want that to happen, ever. But, you know, hey, it happens. So we do have a Bloodlust on this Mountain King. We'll go ahead and go immediately throw a Bolt on the Fiend. I mean, a level 1 Bolt does basically no damage, and it's not really a threat. The threat there is just the stun. And, of course, they're at this shop. Gonna go ahead and pick up a Dust. Gonna go for the Burrowed Fiend. Nope, not gonna go for the Burrowed Fiend. Just gonna Dust it. Odd choice. But hey, gonna go ahead and deny that Footman, and the Undead forced to TP out. Now, the Undead not sitting pretty, I'll tell you. Level 3 on the Lich and level 3 on the level 4 on the Death Knight, just now beginning to start to tech his tier 3. I mean, he's done a ton of damage to the economy of Skyfans, but Skyfans has been, we'll say, back up and running for some time longer than WFZ. In this case, we can see a Blacksmith going up, a couple of towers at the expansion, a couple of towers at the main. He is at tier 2 keep. He's not teching, which is odd. Going just casters right now, spellbreakers. I mean, it's a fairly standard army, but not really versus undead. I mean, maybe if he adds in some rifles. I mean, if you go rifle caster breaker, that's pretty standard, so you can do that. But that's really not the greatest thing if the undead hits tier 3. So, and the undead's gonna hit tier 3 now, unless he can stop it with this push right here. He might be able to do that, but I mean, I don't think he's gonna be able to stop the tech. He might be able to potentially stop the undead from going anywhere, but I think that's gonna be the max result of this. Gonna go ahead and probably lose a Fiend right here. Maybe it's gonna be very difficult to keep that alive, as you can see he's gonna coil it, and it's gonna be Dark Ritualed. Actually, just a nice little deny right there. It would have been nice to see him go ahead and burrow it and then Dark Ritual just to waste that dust, but hey, that we would have taken some more damage, wouldn't have got as much mana out of it. So there's pros and cons to everything. Here comes this fight, keeping that statue alive with some really good micro with those ghouls, pulling those ghouls in, and hopefully not going to lose it to that Footman. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, so here's this fight going on. You can start repairing the statue with an Acolyte, and go ahead and use that Acolyte to kill that Footman, and that's a nice play right there. Of course, you see an implosion of invulnerability, lesser invulnerability being used on the Lich right now. The Lich is not in a good spot. He is kind of surrounded by breakers and a Mountain King. Oh, never mind. It looked like he was, but that is not actually. That tree has been cut down. So there you go. An Acolyte has been killed. Just that tier 3 is about to finish, and those 2 Spirit Towers are being used fairly effectively, as well as the ghouls. Of course, only one ghoul is left, and of course the human player now has been forced to back out. Going ahead, maybe will he kill the water elemental? No, it gets denied as he runs away, so that's a really good play by Skyfans. Here comes 2 Griffin Aviaries being placed down. Probably going to see a tier 3 tech on the way. Yes, indeed, there's the castle almost completed, and this is looking pretty good for Skyfans. I mean, he's in a really good spot. I mean, tier 3 has been reached by the undead player. Getting the Griffins will be a big deal, of course, adding to the focus fire, and he has map control right now, so he can creep if he'd like, and he can creep 2 reds. I mean, there's a red down here you could creep, and then move right up here and creep this red as well. He'd probably be in pretty good shape. I mean, obviously the Lich and the DK can't really creep this. It would take very, very long for them to do so. Of course, you can actually, I've seen a trick. If you haven't checked out Science of Warcraft's channel, and he posts occasionally video responses on my videos, which show neat little tricks and stuff that you may not have known about on Warcraft 3 maps. You can send a Gargoyle Stoneform right up here. It's somewhere like that, and staff to it with your Lich and creep that out. That whole camp with your Lich takes some time. It's not really very effective, so it's not something you're really gonna ever see. But hey, it's cool to know. It's cool to know. But yeah, so there you have that. This altar probably going to go down. That's not something you really want. Going to put up another Spirit Tower. Just trying to deal with this and just deal with the fact that he is behind. And it's not easy. I mean, he only has 1 Fiend out, and his Death Knight and his Lich and a statue. I mean, not really great. Going to go ahead and put down a second Slaughterhouse. I'm not sure what he's teching for at this point. I guess Abominations would be very effective to deal with the Spellbreakers. But Destroyers would be good to deal with the Water Elementals. And the casters, but I don't know if we're going to see any more casters in this game, and I don't know if we're going to see any destroyers in this game. These Acolytes are in a bit of trouble as the undead player now does come in from the back. We do have some destroyers up here, and that'll be enough to see the human player TPing out. He did kill 5 Acolytes, got all of them. Jeez, as he TPs out, just bolts with the Mountain King and kills him. That's unfortunate. What level is that Mountain King? Level 3, I would assume by now. Yeah, level 3, and there's level 4 on the Archmage. Ouch. There's a destroyer here. He's going to scout it out probably over here just to see, is this one crept out too? Is the human player here healing? Not going to happen. He's like, I'm good. Going to run up here. Going to get a little bit of a dispel on that water elemental. Maybe try to kill it. Get a little bit of experience picked up. That would be good if he can. And I think he's going to be able to. But maybe he's going to back off. Says, you know what, I don't really want to He probably, I don't think he would have died to that fight just because he would have had another dispel, and that actually heals him, as you can see. Just heals him a little bit, and he's going to be able to kill him. Yeah, no problem. So I guess it works out in the end either way. Same way. Good job. As you can see, you're going to pick up level 5 on the Death Knight from his creep right here, which is going to be really good. And a Tome of Experience, picking up level 4 on the on the Lich now. So really good play from WFZ right now. Just, of course, a little bit of luck right there, getting that Tome of Experience. But definitely really good. And level 5 on that Death Knight, of course, also really good, and getting on his way to 5-5. I mean, if he gets 5-5, he might be able to win the game just on the basis of nukes alone. I mean, there's only level 3 Mountain King and level 1 Paladin. The Paladin has now come out for the human player, so I mean, it's interesting. A Tome of Experience also going to be picked up by WFC. Probably going to give that to his Paladin, because the Paladin is level 1. You want to get that to level 2 as soon as possible, and with that Tome of Experience, I think he will be able to pick level 2 up right here. His other option really would have been to level 5 on the Archmage, but it's not really worth it. And here's the level 2. Khadgar's Pipe of Insight, he can just sell that for 200 gold. He already has an Archmage with a level 2 Brilliant Aura, and Khadgar's only gives level 1, so I mean, potentially he could do that. Also, he could retrain into Blizzard, but I mean, level 2 Blizzard, level 2 Water Elemental, and you just keep the item. It seems like 200 gold is better, and he's just going to go ahead and sell that and pick up a Healing Scroll in its place, it looks like. So that's pretty good as well. We can see Griffin Riders are out on the map at this point. We do have 3 of them. Inner Fire, was that stolen from the creeps? Okay, yeah. I was like, if he has Inner Fire, that's going to be really unfortunate for WFC. And it sounds like, yes, it looks like Skyfans is committing genocide at this point in his own base, trying to keep himself below 80 food, killing some of those peasants right there. As you can see, just about 5 of them died. I mean, it's brutal. It's pretty messed up. But anyway, so we have a Destroyer on the map, just scouting about. He knows he doesn't have to worry about taking damage from the Griffin Riders. The only thing that can really hurt him is the Archmage and Water Elementals, and he can heal off the Water Elementals and kill them. So I mean, the Archmage is really the only real threat here, and so otherwise he can just come in here, scout about, go for like last hits on the creeps, and potentially get some. And we'll go ahead and select a hero and see if he can't do that. But I don't. It's gonna be really hard. I mean, he's gonna try. He picks one up. He picks it up. He picks up the last hit and the experience right there. Oh, no, never mind. No, he doesn't. Okay, I was like, are you kidding me? That's insane. No, I had it on Blue's point of view. I just saw the gold. I was selecting the Destroyer. That was my bad. So no, he didn't actually get the experience or the steal, but it was a good, valiant effort. That was a good, valiant effort. My bad for miscasting that. Free plays without observers are really trippy. They really are. Really, really trippy. But yeah, so there are 3 Spirit Towers in this base. I mean, I don't see WFZ winning this game. He's trying to do Mass Destroyers at this point and Gargoyles. Not a bad choice, actually. Pretty good army composition against this, because in his current situation, he's never going to be able to outmass a ground army. And going just air units, probably not a bad choice. And he is severely outfed. I mean, as you can see, Skyfans at 71 food and WFC at 39. Level 3 on that Paladin, level 4 on the Archmage, almost level 5, level 4 on the Mountain King. WFZ just trying to stay in this game. I mean, this is game 3. If he loses this game, you know, then he's out. So there's no reason for him to not stay till the bloody end. And you never know. He could pull out a win. I'm not saying he's going to, because I have no idea who wins this game. But he's in that sort of situation where it's like it's not looking good. You know, it's like, ooh, this isn't looking good. We're going to see a ghoul going down to those Griffin Riders. I think 2-0 on the Griffin Riders, in fact. That's insane. Just so much. That's insane, yeah. And you might have just heard me getting an email. It seems like today is just a busy day. So sorry if you did. Skype and emails and so, oh, well, yeah. So yeah, so we have the Paladin, the Archmage, and the Mountain King. And now we're just seeing both players kind of chilling out. Of course, I mean, Skyfans doesn't want to push into the undead base because that risks losing for no reason, right? I mean, you have map control. You have the ability to make tanks. Okay, so he's going to have some tanks out. Not with the barrage ability, so he's not doing that for the gargoyles. He's going to probably just try to push into the undead base as soon as an engagement happens with those tanks. He can probably do fairly well. I mean, there are some spirit towers up, but they're tanks. So, I mean, you know, they're not terribly concerned about 3 or 4 spirit towers. I mean, there's only 3, and it's not a huge deal. I mean, the tanks will probably die to the spirit towers, but they'll do a considerable amount of damage. regardless. Now you can see a fight going underway. Gonna go ahead and see that Griffin Rider being picked off right there with some coil and Nova and a little bit of focus fire from the destroyers. Gonna see a bolt on the Lich right now as the Lich is running away as well, and just gonna get another Nova off and another coil onto the Lich right now to bring that Lich up to full HP. And I'm gonna go ahead and eat that water elemental with the destroyers right there. I mean, the destroyers actually doing pretty good damage right now. I mean, honestly, killing all of those Griffin Riders. I think one of them got staffed out. Yeah, one of them got staffed out. Other than that, there's a Crypt Fiend here doing actually a lot of work right now. WFZ, but a lot better positioning than I thought he would be. He could potentially come up here and kill this with his air units. Going for the Archmage here, not really going to kill the Archmage. I mean, going to just force a Paladin to do that. Going to go ahead and have that Gargoyle be bolted down. A little bit unfortunate for him. Potentially going to, he's not going to lose anything, but here you have an Orb of Fire has been picked up by the Mountain King at this point. That does allow 2 units now, both the Archmage and the Mountain King, to be auto-attacking these guys. Just going to go for the Paladin, in fact, going to try to force a Potion of Healing. Here's those, the first of the Siege Engines coming in and attacking Ziggurats right there. I think what they were trying to do, maybe he was trying to get that Paladin just low enough to go ahead and coil Nova and kill him. And if he can just pick up level 5 on that Lich, that's going to make him much more deadly. So if he comes over here, he can kill this, get level 5, and I mean, that's what he can do. I mean, then he might, I mean, he has a plan for victory. So I mean, yeah, game's not over. He does have some flying machines coming out. That's going to be a problem for those destroyers. Flying machines will eat destroyers pretty easily. Level 5 going to be picked up here any moment. There's no way he's going to be able to force him to run away, and can potentially even kill that Griffin Rider. So we'll see what happens here. That's level 5 for the Lich. As you can see, you're going to try to kill this, just run one of them away. Yeah, there's healing fountains on the map. It's not going to be a problem. Going to go for the Griffin Rider right now. Probably going to see that getting healed up, yeah. Not going to be an issue. I'm just wasting some mana from the Paladin. Again, if he can do that, that'd be great. And of course, all he has to do is run these guys over to a healing fountain to heal up. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal. Of course, the Death Knight in this game does not have a lot of mana. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a Potion of Mana as his mana is gold mine gets depleted. So he is running on fumes at this point. Here we can see lots of flying machines have been picked up now. 66 food. I mean, it's getting fairly even. 67 food for Skyfans, 68 food versus 52. It's much more even than it was a couple of minutes ago in the game. WFZ, of course, just showing how powerful he is. I mean, it does have an expansion at this point, going to get revealed, but again, a lesser undead would have lost this game a long time ago. WFZ just has such good game sense, and what good strategy play, just to go ahead and make the idea to say, you know what, I am going to go with destroyers in this game, because I am so far behind, and that's my only chance of winning. It was a really good idea. Of course, we have the human player going to come down here and take out this expansion. Probably gonna see it get unsummoned near the end, because magic damage from the Griffin Riders, it can't actually attack an unsummoned building. So I mean, it's not really the greatest thing ever. But you know, when it gets down to that last acolyte, go ahead and just start unsummoning it, because that's at least 50% back. I mean, you're not going to quite get 50% back, or he's going to not unsummon it. I guess he's going to try to take this fight. He does have 6 destroyers right here. I don't think any of them have any mana, though. Yeah, no mana. They will be able to eat this water elemental. Yeah, and he loses the gold mine. I mean, he should have just went ahead and unsummoned that. But hey, now he has to fight these flying machines as well with the destroyers here. This is going to be the problem that he's going to have. If he can kill them, then he'll be in good shape. But of course, he had a little bit of mana, which helped a lot. As you can see, that splash damage, but not enough. 1 water elemental, simply not enough mana to kill these. And yeah, so this fight now looking pretty good for Skyfans. Unfortunately for WFZ, he's been trying, but it's just not enough. I mean, he's actually going to kill a lot of those flying machines, but at a very large cost. Going to have to sacrifice a Fiend right there with a Dark Ritual as the Death Knight gets surrounded and TP's out. And will that Lich live? The Lich barely living. And actually the destroyers, there's 3 destroyers left. I mean, going to kill perhaps the last flying machine without any real cost right there to himself. I mean, to kill the last one. He did lose I believe 6 destroyers, maybe 5 or 6 destroyers in that fight, which is a pretty large number when you have no gold income. All he's gonna have now is just the unsummons at his base, and he's got to be careful with that, because there can always be some tanks made, and that's a problem. Of course, the human player still has some gold mining ability from this right here, as he's sending some peasants up there. He has ran out of gold over here as well, so the human player is up so much gold right now in total versus WFC. So WFC's done a really good job staying in the game. He's not lost it yet, but I mean, it's not looking good. So it's not looking good at all. But hey, he could still win. You know, I still have faith. Wow. Sorry about that. That is my house. I don't even know how to respond to that. So. Yeah, I'll try to edit that out. You probably yeah. Hopefully you won't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna edit that out. That was really loud. Yeah. So anyway, so we're gonna see these destroyers gonna go down to these flying machines, and that could be a good game. I mean, level 6 almost picked up by the Death Knight, but I don't think he's gonna get it. And I think he's about to get overwhelmed by army here. There's one final destroyer out in a statue. The final statue, you know, it's not going to do too much. He went for the Archmage right there with the Coil Nova. Not going to get it. The Lich is going to go down, and good game is called. So congratulations to Skyfans 2 winning WFZ and WLW in a best of 3. And again, if you didn't see game 2, click right here. I'm telling you, go watch it. It's such a good game. You have to watch that. If you watch this game, you have to watch game 2. If you watch if you watch any of my channel games, you have to watch game 2. That's such a good game. One of the best games I've cast in such a long time. Maybe I am overhyping it. I don't know. But hey, what a game. What a series. Honestly, a great series. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I did. And it is holiday season, so I don't know. I'm trying to have content ready for Christmas. We'll see. I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in watching it on Christmas, but hey, I'll have some up if I can. And that's about the most I guess I can say. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.